Welcome back to Elevate Your Grind. We're live here at the Benzinga Cannabis Capital Conference. I'm going to screw that up every time I say that. As you can see, it is going on live behind us. I am still distracted. We're still in the fishbowl, but we are having a great time. I want to welcome my guest, Rod Santos of Stache Products.
Thank you.
Great name, Rod.
Thank you.
How was it just because you have a mustache and it was ironic at the time?
Yeah, I had a gigantic, like a huge handlebar mustache for a long time.
When Aisha sent me the text message, I'm not gonna lie, I was absolutely expecting that with a company called Stache Products.
Oh, it was there, but my mom said if I wanted to stay single forever to keep it. So, I ended up getting married. So then right after I shaved it, I ended up getting married. So
she was right.
She was right.
That's awesome, man. So we talked a little bit before we rolled the cameras and got to know each other. And I really like what you're doing because it's a true family run business. And you don't see that in cannabis at all. Maybe in a handful of dispensaries across the country in the states that allow it, Oklahoma possibly. But realistically, everything is they will fight me to the death for using this word, but corporate in cannabis, right? At the very best, you have a couple friends that got together to start a business, right? You don't really see a family run business, which is unique. So tell us more about Stache Products.
So we started about 2014. I owned a head shop, a smoke shop where we sold a lot of this stuff. And my background in just being a tinkerer, I started tinkering and making cool things for cannabis and saw a need. And then we made our first product in about 2014 and sold everything I had to buy my first 500 units. And it took me about 18 months to sell it. We patented that product. Everything we make is utility patented, awarded. And we've been just knocking on the door until it's been answered.
Very cool, man. So you must have been a long time cannabis fan if you started in the head shop world, because that's unless you actually wanted to touch the plant, that was kind of one of the few ways to really get involved. Yeah.
Yep. Especially in 2012, 13, it was still kind of very taboo-ish.
But I mean, if you think about it, going down that path is ultimately what led you to do what you're doing, because you had a great area for market research, just seeing what everybody is coming in and buying.
Exactly.
So what was the first product you created?
It was a wax pen that had a little silicone storage on the bottom. I'm sure you've seen it. So we had that patented, and then that design got stolen from us too by a big, gigantic company.
So. I hate hearing that. But what was it like? What were people coming in? Were they asking for something? Was it just something more convenient to dab with? Like what led you to saying, hey, I see a need for this in the industry?
Is when I was smoking cigarettes, I wanted to quit smoking cigarettes. So then I opened up my head shop, vape shop. And then I started noticing, hey, people are not, using lighters for everything. There's this thing called a vaporizer.
Yeah.
It was like 10, 15, 11 years ago. That was huge, something completely different. So
I remember, and I hope they're not the ones who stole your design, because I feel bad picking them up, but the Atmos pen.
No. Okay. They were Yocan was actually the company that took mine. They were before them.
Because I remember when the Atmos pen came out and someone showed it to me, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so great. Like I can bring this to a fucking concert. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely.
I didn't love the way it worked back then.
Yeah. Remember like the G Pen, like slim batteries. So like that's kind of like my first product that I ever used myself.
That's the problem is I always went for the slim products because they were the smallest and most convenient, but they're always the shittiest.
Yeah, but I always tell people like those things, like you kind of knew what you were getting, something that small that's supposed to be that powerful. Like you can only expect so much power to be in something so small.
Yeah. Well, I remember that led me to, I remember the first time, like 5 years ago, someone showed me a vape pen, like I'm like, with the 510 battery, I'm like, what is this thing?
Yeah.
And I took a couple hits of it and I got pretty fucking high.
Yep.
And at the time, my brother and sister-in-law were moving into our house for a couple of weeks while they sold their house and their new house was being built. They had a very young child and they did not know that I smoked weed.
Oh,
and my wife at the time did not want them to, as well, before I was in the industry and everything else. So I was looking, like I had bought a PAX 3 and I had used that, and I used it in the house. My wife comes downstairs, like, you smell anything? She's like, yeah, I do. You smoked weed. I'm like, fuck. Then finally, I found, my buddy handed me the disposable vape pen, and I remember I went on because I live in Florida, so clearly I, didn't go the traditional. I went the traditional route to find it, and I found vape pens. I'm like, this is the greatest invention ever. Now that the market is more legal and you have better access to products, and I'm clearly out of the cannabis closet, as you can see with this fucking camera here, which is real. It is filming. I hate them, but it is crazy how that evolution and that need for this portable, discrete version of smoking it. So when I ask you what needs did you see in the market, clearly there was a huge need for it.
Huge. And now I see another need, which is, I have a one-year-old son, and I want to leave this place a little better than than I found it, I guess. And the disposables that you brought up are literally one of the number one commodities in these landfills now. And those lithium ion batteries, when they get into the ground, you're not going to be able to grow anything on that, crop anything on that, run water through it, or nothing. It's just it's unused soil now. So we've been working on a disposable, so it gives the user the option to take the battery out before throwing it away. So I think it's something that we've always wanted to do. I know that we're still going to count on, human nature to not be lazy, to not want to just toss something, it's like your remote controller. Just take the AA batteries out, put in new AA batteries, and you're good to go. That's kind of how I see it. Internal batteries are good, but at one point they will kill the earth.
I'm kind of over the fucking internal battery, if you ask me, because I have I literally have like a fucking purse I keep in my backpack of charging cables for different shit, and I have so many different ones because I don't know what my device is still used and everything else. I remember being on the streets of New York when I first had my 510 and I had a cartridge with me, and it died, and I had to find a smoke shop to go buy a new 510 battery. I didn't have the charge, whatever it was, but and then it comes with a charging cable and a fucking little outlet thing. I just want to pop a AAA in there, or a couple AAAs in there.
That's what we're trying to do.
How much easier was life when you used batteries?
Yep. And not even that, like 18650s or those flashlight batteries for those big vapes. Those are the ones I used to make a long time ago. Those batteries will power that camera you're using for the entirety of your day here, and that's just a single little battery. You can have 30, 40 of them on you at a time with one charging block, and it would make your life easier. Even your laptop, if they took 18650s.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get I want 2 charging cables. That's enough for me to take. Let me charge my Apple shit. Everything else just come with AA's, AAA's, whatever. If you want D batteries because you're a big device, I don't give a shit. Yeah. Just give me batteries that I can pop in and replace.
I'm 100% on board.
That's awesome, man. So I love the fact that you are making products out of necessity. This is your business now. Is this what you guys are doing exclusively? Do you still have that? Very cool.
Yeah. We closed the shop down because of taxes in Maryland. We were paying a 90% vapor tax.
Jesus.
So it was killing me. So then, my accountant said, hey, double your prices, do all that good stuff, the regular stuff. But when we were in Bethesda, Maryland, we helped over 2,000 people quit analog carbon smoked cigarettes. That was our number one goal, is to, hey, get people off cigarettes. We don't want this death. And then you need, it leads to you getting cancer. Then you need to go to cannabis because you were smoking cigarettes. It's like this never ending cycle. So let's end it there and have people not have this.
Dude, I love how mission driven you are, because people, again, they look at this industry and they demonize it. They look at people that smoke weed, like you said, even just being from not in this country, that it's demonized worse elsewhere, which is crazy to me, because I just spoke to a guy who's doing ibogaine in Brazil. And so psychedelics, because I don't know, maybe there's a guy wearing a white lab coat that's touching it, seems to be more respected and more easily adopted than cannabis right now. And that kind of blows my mind, because cannabis, to me, from an effect standpoint, from a mental health standpoint, is almost like psychedelics light.
Yeah.
Right. Like maybe someone may not be ready for psychedelics. Get them high a little bit, get them to be introspective, because that's what it does for me, and see if that's a start. And then if that doesn't work, we'll go to the clinical psychedelics. I don't know.
We've been scared our entire life to be terrified of weed. I mean, they're literally not even we don't get taught that cigarettes and nicotine kill millions of people. I mean, we do, but when nicotine's not a federally illegal.
No, it's easy as hell to buy.
Exactly. So nicotine and cigarettes, I think, are the devil. It's the gateway drug. I have this great example. All my friends in high school, I smoked, I guess, cigarettes and drank. In high school, you start doing these things, and then have friends that only smoked weed every now and then.
Yeah.
The ones that smoked cigarettes ended up doing hard drugs.
Yep.
Going to AA and having all these problems. I went down that route too. And then all my friends that only dabbled in weed, never smoked cigarettes though. That was it. They dabbled, and then they continued their life. They never had any addictions. Cigarette, I think it literally is that first gateway drug. Then it leads to everything else, in my personal opinion.
The guy who got me into smoking weed, like the primary influence, and then the other one next behind them, are probably the 2 most successful people I know. And it's crazy to me, because one of them was big into weed when he was a kid. He got arrested, went to jail, and it was stay away from that kid. And he is in the industry now, but he's crushing, and he's also one of the kindest and smartest people I know. And it blows my mind that we demonize us. Again, I love how mission driven everything is. Show me some of the other products that you're working on as well, or that you have.
we have this is what we're really known for, which is our Riggin One. All
cool.
electric rigs on the market, they try to resemble what this one does, which the Rio is a portable dab rig that has a modular water pipe. So you can take that out and use that. Has a modular torch, so you can take that out, and it's torch powered. So it's not going to be your electric battery powered thing. You can get 77 uses out of this before needing to refill it with fuel. So maybe 2 or 3 weeks worth of use.
You're a very big smoking on the go type of guy. I see that. I like it.
Yeah, I like again, being foreigner and not being able to smoke in your own house. I had to be very innovative with very, I would say, Hitler-like kind of parents towards marijuana.
So that's actually like what for me. I am a joint smoker. That is it. Sure. I do a hemp crutch with a paper, and that's it. You know, you throw it away when you're done. And to me, I never wanted to bring shit with me. Like I have a lighter, and I have. Well, now I've gotten bougie, and I have like a ST DuPont joint case, but this is something in the industry. I got to be fancy, right? But that's what got me on joints. Like I love seeing all these portable products that make it convenient. Like I feel like walking in, this would make me explore my options more.
Oh, 100%. I think there's the point of options. It's like shoes, man. You're a shoe guy. I'm a shoe guy.
Yeah.
So we don't like just one Jordan 4 in gray.
No.
We want every single colorway that's ever been invented, or colorways that won't even come out.
You had to bring up the Jordan 4. I'm very mad at you because I just missed the Jordan 4 SB collab that I wanted very, very badly. So you were pouring salt in the wounds, my friend.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got a couple. I think I might have that collab in my room.
Yeah.
I'm a big Jordan 4 and Yeezys. I think I have almost every pair, and 11s. Okay. I'm an 11 guy.
I like the 11s. I don't love wearing them. My one pair of 11s I wear to play basketball when I ever do that.
Jesus Christ, this interview's over.
Yeah. I love ones. I love Blazers. I love 4s.
Did you watch Air?
I haven't watched Air yet. I really want to watch it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all I will say. It's a beautiful movie. I was probably the only guy in the whole place wearing Jordans, which was kind of like weird at first.
Yeah.
But afterwards I noticed it's not a shoe movie.
It was a theatrical release though, right?
Yeah, it's a movie about business, about hustle, about working.
Who wants to go watch a movie in a movie theater?
Say it again.
I said, who wants to go watch a movie in a movie theater? That sounds.
It's been a long time since we did it, and then me and my wife went. Like my parents watched the kids. It felt like we were like dating again.
That's true. Yeah,
that's cool.
Leave the kids at home.
Yeah, we smoked in the car.
Nice. Very
we went like through the whole experience.
Dude, I remember I went to go see Avengers, not Endgame, the one before that, Infinity War.
Yeah.
But I saw it like 3 months after it came out. And I had the cartridge, and I was just in the back of the movie theater hitting the cartridge, watching a 2.5 hour movie. Empty. That was probably the last time I was in a movie theater.
I just saw Ant-Man too.
Nice.
That one's really good too. The newest Ant-Man.
Nice. Show me the last product you have, the grinder, because I'm really interested. And there's only one kind of grinder I'll use right now, the Santa Cruz Shredder. Sure. I think it is one of the best on the market. It's the only one I've had that hasn't seized up on me.
Sure.
I've recently gone from being a 4-piece grinder to a 3-piece grinder guy. I've gotten into it, which I love, because you know what? I never go underneath and get the fucking keef.
No need for it.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. On the 3-piece, it builds up a little bit. I'm like, ooh, some keef.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll just dump it in.
I think it's like, let's smoke it all day right now. But I won't say anything against Santa Cruz Shredder, because I mean, they're a phenomenal company. They've been here doing this for a long time. Is that when that design of teeth came out, it was when there was brickweed out. There was, at best beasters.
Yeah.
So you needed to shred it. You needed to mill it and piranha and this all that. Nowadays, the pollen and the keef that's on there and the trichomes and the terpenes, we want to be very gentle with that. We don't want to destroy our weed. We paid all that money for it. So we started really wondering what happens to your weed after it comes out of the grinder. Yeah. So our mentality is fire in, fire out. Fire weed in, it should be fire weed coming out of your grinder. So we wanted it to say, hey, how much THC am I losing when I take my weed into this grinder and it comes out? And we noticed that all the grinders on the market, you're losing anywhere from 8 to 12% THC.
Okay.
Almost 50% of your terpenes are being lost in a grinder. The trichomes are being destroyed. So that's when we wanted to come out with a friction-free option, something that doesn't cause friction. That's the biggest problem in grinders. So these bumps that are here, they're like a divorced couple. They never come in contact. They never talk. They co-parent the weed. That's what I say. They're co-parenters of weed. That is it. They never, because you don't want them. You don't want it to get stuck. You don't want it to be, the weed it doesn't need to be sharp.
This is soft but firm, which is nice.
It's non-stick silicone, food grade, medical
that's
grade.
The best, because all the metal grinders you have, it gets like this buildup of gunk right in here. Yep. And at some point you're literally like,
yep, because they're a millimeter away from each other.
I also like that you did the grip on the bottom one too.
So we have a 5-piece, a 4-piece, and a 3-piece.
I carry the 5-piece too.
The 5-piece on the top has a storage, so you can store nugs in there. Our 4-piece is just like this, so you can use it as an ashtray. And then our 3-piece, obviously, just no screen.
Yep.
Which is my personal favorite, but as a designer, as a brand, you always want to make things for everybody.
Yeah.
So like Cresco's our biggest account. Cresco buys our 5 pieces for every single one inside their Sunnyside locations.
Very cool.
So that was an account that I was extremely excited to pick up.
Beautiful. Are you guys in the Florida stores?
We are.
Nothing's in the Florida.
We are with our the grinders, but not with our Rio because of the torch aspect of it.
I'm gonna have to go visit one of the stores and get one of those grinders.
So yeah,
beautiful.
And give me your card. I'll send you. I'll send you our entire lineup.
Absolutely, man. That'd be great.
Absolutely,
dude. Rod, I appreciate you sitting down with us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining. Absolutely.
If you guys ever want to do like a giveaway, anything like that, let me know. For your podcast, for your listeners, your viewers, more than happy to supply that for you, man. Whether it's, you can look at our Instagram, look on our webpage. We have endless amount of products.
Sure.
And if you ever want to do, hey, want to do a big giveaway, want to do this, want to do that, I'm always willing to work with people. That's the only way that me and you both grow, without paying millions of dollars and saying P.
Well, everybody, look, pretty soon we're going to have a giveaway of these products. Let me figure out the best way to do it, and it'll be coming to you in the next couple weeks. All right, Rod.